In episode 19 of Enigmatica 6 Experts, we finally get into Pneumaticraft, but not after we go on a trip through the Undergarden in search of the Slimy, Frosty and Clogged Bee. We also start our first journey down industrial foregoing and create the fluid extractor and latex processing unit to make easy rubber. I hope you enjoy the episode. Let's get it on. First time in the Undergarden. Let's see how it goes. See what sort of spawn we get. Do a quick bookmark. There are some bees in here that we need to collect, as well as a few other things. Just looking on the map to see whether there's any white dots, and I can't see any for the time being. We may not be in the right biome for the bees. Let's have a quick run up here and see what we can see. Looks like we've got a very snowy biome to start with. It does change over here though, or the elevation changes, one or the other. That doesn't look friendly at all. Don't see much in the way of bees down there, although there is a lot more further up by the looks of things. Well, let's have a quick run around rather than go down. I'm not sure down is the right way to go. Twitchiness. These look more promisingly like a bee-type biome. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, like a slug. Oh, it makes you go really slow. Again, not seeing much in the way of white dots. There's that slug, and that's all I can see. Interesting world, Jen. It's like the biome got cut in half. Aha, a hive. And it has a bee in it. With a slimy honeycomb. So that's probably a slimy bee. Yep, it is indeed. Here's a green dot. So he must be a friendly dude. Right, there are 3 white dots over here. Okay. Three of these glimper things. Yes, the terrain, Jenny, is definitely different. I'll give it that. Alright, let's just have a quick look and see which biomes the bees are in here. One of them is the clogroom bee. Or is it the clogged bee? Yeah, this is one of them. So Wigglewood Forest, which is what I'm in. But I don't see any bees about. Oh, there's a beeper there, look. You'll find him in the overworld. Another slimy bee. Aha, what's that? That looks like one of the ones we're after. Oh, Frosty Bee. That's not the one I was after, but we'll take that. I don't have that one. There was something over here, but it seems to have gone. And what have we done so far today? Let's have a look. We caught a new bee, the Wasabee Bee. No, we didn't catch the Wasabee Bee, we bred the Wasabee Bee. Wasabee, I believe, is bred. Yes, so we bred the water bee with the kitten bee to create the Wasabee, or Wasabee, or however you pronounce it. His flower is the wasabi seeds, which you can get from the market. And he creates, in fact, just put the combs in the centrifuge, and they've been processed. They give nori sheets and rice. And the reason why we've got nori sheets and rice is because I'm switching foods to these things. Crab cheese California. Vastly running out of food, and these look like a good mixture with the Epic to give all the proteins that I need. It was a bit of a convoluted way to make them, but you need these nori sheets, and if you look, you need the wasabi honeycombs one way or another to get the nori sheets out. And if you look at the recipe for all the sushi, they've pretty much all got nori sheets in them. So that's a newbie, which I will be sporadically putting him in and out. We've got the UnderGarden bee, Frosty Bee, in there. The reason for that, he gives frost steel, but he also gives these things, blizz powder. So if you're looking for blizz powder, then that bee, the frost bee, gives these from the centrifuge in the honeycomb. So it gives frost steel ore and a 10% chance at 2, as well as honey. And I forgot why I needed these. Oh, it's something to do with the ice charge, isn't it? Oh yes, it was this to make the nature altar that we're going to be doing later on. Probably not this episode. I pretty much caught up with all the centrifuging. You'll notice there that we've got the drawers all down to the quads. Apart from that one, but that's an RGB cone, which is not processed in these centrifuges. I might actually end up with a 4 drawer, which is not processed. I have added 2 more skeleton bees because we've run out of honey on numerous occasions. So there is now 6 skeleton bees. And what's wrong with you? Seems to be okay now. Going on episode 18, I fixed the water wheels. Now episode 18 has just been released, so I don't know if we've got any comments on how bad I set them up before, but they're actually going the right way round, which means that this is spinning a lot quicker. And the whole process has been speeded up, so the crushing wheels are going faster, the belts are going faster. The heat is going further, but that doesn't change the time for smelting because the speed of the belt is going faster as well. I've planted some rice. We've been in the UnderGarden and got the bees out of there. I've planted some avocado trees for the sushi. This sushi. And I think that's about as caught up. Let me just see whether I added more drawers. No, we've still got the same amount of drawers. I did add that extra modular storage here, so all the stuff that's coming off the bee produce that doesn't have a mechanism bin assigned to it gets pushed into here rather than this system. And I moved all the nuggets and that out here. So one thing we're going to be doing today is starting Pneumaticraft, and I've been processing bitumen in the pyrolyzer to get tar. Now, a bit of a word of a warning, when you look at the quest for Pneumaticraft, this one here just starts you off. You don't actually get these until you get over this side here. So, word of warning, in here it says either find some TNT and blow up a handful of iron ingots, or find a village and see if there's anything of use there. Can find a villager, the Pneumaticraft villager still, that part is relevant. This part, however, is not. Do not blow up a handful of iron ingots expecting compressed iron. not done like that at all. So compressed iron is hot compressed iron chucked in a pool of water will give you the compressed iron, and then to get this you have to put superheated steel in a multi-servo press with the metal press mould. And the metal press mould is easy to make, so that's not an issue. Superheated steel ingots are blown up items, but you're blowing up obsidian, steel ingots and tar to get 4. Now, although these are 2 each, you do get 4, but then that converts down to 2 hot compressed iron, and then that's 1 on 1. So when you're doing ratios, think on that if you make a stack of these, then you're only going to get half of it in as compressed iron. So let's get on with this. So going back to this recipe, it's 2, 2 and 2, so equal stacks will work so long as it's divisible by 2. So you just throw all 3 on the ground and blow them up. And of course, I was totally wrong. Oh, I wondered if that would happen. So I need to get these out of my inventory as quick as possible. Hopefully I'll not set the house on fire, because if I do, that's going to be really bad. In fact, we need to throw them in water, don't we? No, multi-servo press first. So let's get them into here. And jump in water before I die. That was close. Very close. Well, let's just make sure we haven't set fire to anything. Don't think they actually burn. No, they don't actually burn. Right, so superheated ingots. Hot. Very hot. Good thing about the sushi, if you look there, it has 48 I forgot what you call it. The thingy, what's it? 48 saturation. That's the word. So good for getting from almost no health to full health. Right, let's go and fill that hole in. At least it gives you all the dirt back. Right, so we have to make the multi-servo press because I don't have one yet. Let me just check. Magma crucible, pyrolyzer, induction smelter. So yeah, multi-servo. I believe that's what it is. Multi-servo press. Yep. 3 Constantine gears, a block of steel, mechanical press, bronze ingots. We've made all this before, apart from the Constantine gears. Now, I have got my Constantine Bee working away, so in here we should have some Constantine ingots. And there we have our multi-servo press. We also need the press mould. So that's Constantine plate and Invar plate. Okay, let's get this set up and fully powered, because this these ingots are obviously going to hurt. Right, it's fully powered up, so let's go and grab our 2 sets of very hot ingots. And why I picked both sets up, I don't know, because can only put 1 at a time in the machine. Well, if there's one process to automate, this is it. but it's going to be difficult to automate with it being an explosive thing. Now these are hot compressed ingots. They may also burn. They have the same tag look, Enigmatica burning hot. So these ones are going to burn, but all we do with these is throw them in the water. So this is going to make half a stack from the stack, as I pointed out earlier. So we can grab this, half a stack, and put that in there, and then go and jump in some water again. So rather than take these and run downstairs with them, what I'll do is I'll just get a couple of slabs and then we'll make a cover in the corner. Throw a bucket of water in it, then we can throw them straight in there, and in future we've got the water for cooling ourselves off. So in this corner here, just put 2 slabs like that and a bucket of water. Right, so they're done. So now we can stand in said water. And that has actually converted them. So we didn't need to throw them in, we just stand in the water. Well, that's useful to know. And there we have our first compressed iron ingots. So that's that quest at the top, and we get a pneumatic wrench, which you've already got. So we're going to go down this tree here and set the system up. Now, a word of caution, this one here, air compressor, you can't make the air compressor. Now, to complete the quest, you can make the liquid compressor, which we're going to have to do anyway for this quest. But the air compressor, which is shown there, is actually removed in the expert version, as by the tooltip there, disabled in expert mode. Has no recipe. That hopefully will get changed in an upcoming version. I have bug reported it, so let's see whether they change that. So the pressure chamber walls are reinforced bricks. Reinforced bricks are cut from reinforced stone. Let me find the recipe. The reinforced stone is actually molten compressed iron in the smeltery into a basin. Now you notice they're 18 millibuckets, so it's quite a lot from one ingot to make one of these blocks. We also need some light grey concrete powder, which is just sand, gravel and some light grey dye. So I shall go and make some light grey powder and get some dye, and then we'll make the concrete powder and then meet back up. Right, let's see how this goes. That should be enough for all 24 of these blocks. Wow, that's quick. I hope that's making the right thing. Yep. It's not speeded up, by the way. This is actually how quick it is. Oh, shit. What a waste. Right, I need an empty tank. I believe I could tank straight out of that into... and then put it back in again. Let me just make one of these. Oh, we can't. But what we can do is use a faucet into the tank. I think. Maybe. Will that work? Yes. So we don't lose the fluid. And what we can do now is, rather than do that, is continue. Is that fluid in there? Such a small amount. Yeah, let's continue like this. Oh, and of course that doesn't take it out now because the hoppers are not there. And that should be empty. It is. Right, okay, let's put these back and we can carry on. Now we have our reinforced stone, we can make the chambers. So this is reinforced bricks, so it needs converting to bricks first. It's 4 for 4, so straight transfer. And then for chamber walls, it's just in a circle and give you 16. And you need a piece of glass. In the centre for, whoops. No, not a piece of glass, it's a piece of hardened glass. Oh, and I just happen to have one. For the pressure chamber glass. We also need a valve, which is made slightly differently, so we're going to need some more hardened glass, so I need to make some of that. I'll make quite a bit, I think. That's part 1 to creating the rubber. I'm pretty sure there are 2 ways you can use the arboreal extractor or the fluid extractor. The arboreal extractor requires a proper tree, and I'm pretty sure the fluid extractor doesn't. So I'm going to put this just not there, wrong way around, just here. Just try a log, see whether it starts breaking it and giving us, yep, that's giving us latex, right. So part 2 is to create the latex processing unit, and that should turn our latex into the rubber that we were trying to get to. Yeah, so the latex processing unit makes the tiny dry rubber from the liquid that's been extracted from the tree downstairs. And stop pressing all the buttons. Let's grow some more acacias if that gives the best yield according to the book. So we'll just slap these down. And this will be our latex processing unit. Voila. Ooh, what's that giving us? Conveyor belts and a simple machine frame. Nice. That looks like it's completed another quest, which gave us a speed tier 1 add-on. Nice. So we can complete that quest when we have completed this quest and built the dissolution chamber. But that requires a little bit more stuff, and we need to have this processing up and running, and I put that block way too far away. And if you're wondering what the crudest way to get the latex into the latex processing unit is, then simply use a seared faucet, which works. Great stuff. And you wouldn't believe the amount of work that took to make. Especially that part, the advanced PCB. Wow. And I even forgot why I was making it. Something to do with the pressure chamber. That, yeah. So pressure chamber valve. I've got the parts on me, haven't I? Right. That's a good part to have. What we need now is some way to generate the air pressure. And with that, we have to use the fluid compressor because the air compressor in expert mode, as you see there in red, is disabled. So I shall make the liquid compressor, which seems pretty straightforward, but it's got another one of these in it. Oh, such a pain. This thing is such a pain. You have to do this bottom recipe because you haven't got plastic yet. You need Pneumaticraft to get these plastic sheets. So you have to do this bottom bit. So yeah, there's no point showing you this just crafting on camera. So I'll do all this off camera. And that is our liquid compressor. Oh, didn't make the chamber interfaces. These are quite easy to do, so this should be 2 minutes. Oh, we actually need 2 of these. Oh, a little tip with the crafting terminal. If you request a lot in here, you can shift and left click and it will craft them all at the same time. It's useful to know. Oh, need to put a couple of walls in there. And that should complete that quest and this quest. Right, so we've got everything now that we need to set up our pressure chamber. But where we're going to put it is one. And the second one is we really could do with this. So let's make the pressure gauge if it's easy enough to do. That looks very easy to do. That should complete that quest and give us what we need to basically create a bit of redstone cut-off. Okay, let's set it up. It's going to have to be outside because the house is not really big enough to put a compressor in. So what I was going to do is bring this level and we're going to put it on here. So I need some dirt. Right, so I'm going to do a 4x4 if I've got enough blocks. You vandal. Oh, right, okay. Plain only. Right. Need some more. And it's going to look horribly and unsightly because I've got uneven glass. And so let's see. It told me off last time for pickaxing it. Let's use the Pneumaticraft wrench, which I don't believe is... Oh, it's there. So I'll do that there, and same again this side. So what you do with that is shift and right click to break the blocks. And then with the 4 that we took out, that should be... Oh, it's not enough, is it? Let's take these 2 off as well. You can put the glass on the corners. Not on the corners, on the tops here. So we need 1 for there. And we're 1 short. Damn it. Right, let's do that recipe. You can turn them into 4, or turn 4 in rather than turn 8. And voila. Right, so a liquid compressor. Let's see which side the port's at. That's the... Oh, we've got 1 each side. Okay. And 1 out the top. So, are they all outputs? Oh, it comes with a security upgrade in. Okay. That's nice. One thing I did want to look at was fuels. See whether we could use the heavy... Is it heavy oil? Doesn't look like we can. Can use crude oil. Is that what's in there? Yeah. So we can use the crude oil. Not the best of fuel to use. Right, I took the security upgrade out. So pipes, pressure pipes we've got here. Oh, oh. Well, we at least need to put it in the right place so it looks right. What? Third time lucky. Oh, and the... Right, so it looks like the security upgrades are either inserted by the mod. So that's cool. Don't want to do that though. Right, so we have oil, so we can start by throwing that bucket of oil in there. I very much doubt that 1 bucket of oil is going to get us 5 bar of pressure. Oh, there's actually a quest for that. So if we take that and that, yep, that completes the quest. And what do we get? A pressure gauge. Oh, and a lot more pipes. It's going to take forever to get any pressure in this system. What the hell? I mean, this is hardly getting used. But this is going so slow. Oh, I guess I'm going to come back in a week.